Oscar showered and put on his lawyer's uniform, dark suit, white shirt, tie, black loafers. He still owned 6 tailor-made suits. They were getting a little shiny in the seat and elbows, and Oscar had no idea whether the lapel width and cut was currently in style. He hadn't been in a good clothing store in the 5 years since he'd quit full-time practice. They still fit, though they were beginning to get a little tight in the waist, a situation he liked to think meant the suits had somehow shrunk from lack of use. Sydney was no help in the fashion department, preferring that he dress in all black Armani, including the shirt and, if he insisted, a tie. Not suitable lawyer attire, according to the ultra-conservative judges in the area. He smoothed down his short blonde hair with his palms, no combing necessary, now that he had given up his ponytail, admitted that he was balding, and had what was left cropped close to the scalp. Sydney came into the room in all black minus the piercings and the goth eyeshadow, remnants, she said, of her forlorn and unconventional high school days that she wasn't ready to abandon. It was the way she rolled, as she put it. "Ready?" she asked. "I should shave." "I don't think you need to shave to go to jail. It's pretty informal." They went down the back stairs. "I hope the Toyota starts," he said. "Not likely. Do you know how old it is in human years? 96. How do you figure? You're using dog years? Same deal, except cars are 8 years instead of 7. She opened the door to the Toyota and cranked it over until the battery wore down. "Let's try the Buick. It's 104, but usually reliable." Oscar stepped over to the rusting black and white 4-door, clearly a former police car. It was covered with rotting tangerines and leaves from the tree he had parked under 3 weeks earlier. He opened the door and let it air out a bit before getting in. The built-up heat in the closed car carried the smell of old cigarettes and an unidentifiable perfume. The motor turned over reluctantly, but didn't start. Pumping the gas pedal, then holding it to the floor and turning the key again caused the beast to rumble to life, belching blue smoke, mostly out the hole in the muffler, rather than the exhaust pipe. Rolling down the windows, he backed out into the alley. Sydney got in, and they left for the county jail, trailing tangerines, leaves, and branches. "Why can't we take the Mustang? This thing stinks and it's hot." Sydney had her head out the window, hair flying. "The Mustang doesn't have air conditioning either. It's a 65, a classic. You know I only drive it on special occasions." The traffic was, as usual for February, thick and slow-moving. From December to April, the streets were crowded, the restaurants required a wait at any time of day, and prices escalated on everything from a round of golf to the cost of bait at the marina. Having grown up in the north, Oscar forgave it all as the price of being free of snow. They pulled into the parking lot of the main detention center, the largest of the 4 jails in the county, holding up to 1,500 inmates. There were no parking spaces left near the entrance except one reserved for official vehicles only. Oscar jerked the aging Buick into the spot. Sydney looked at him, but said nothing. "Hey, I'm as official as any of them. Besides, the car probably feels right at home since it probably worked here at one time. It still has the holes in the roof where the police strobe light bar was removed." "I know. It leaks in the rain, even through your duct tape repair. I'll wait in the car in case we have to move it." "No, you're my legal assistant now. Call it a promotion. There's a briefcase in the back with paper and pens. You can help me with the interview. Besides, Roy likes you and needs all the moral support he can get." "I don't suppose the promotion comes with pay." They both got out of the car. Sydney looked around anxiously at the uniformed police walking into and out of the facility. There were a half-dozen patrol cars in the lot. This was not the kind of place where she liked to hang out. The intense heat disappeared when they stepped into the air conditioning of the jail's lobby. The waiting room was crowded with visitors, mostly women and children, talking quietly until they could see their incarcerated family members. 2 small Latino girls about 3 and 5 played on the tile floor with a plastic pail and shovels intended for beach and sand. "I wonder what will be their future," Sydney said softly. "Will the memories of visiting Daddy in jail follow them?" After showing ID, they passed through a security checkpoint and metal detector, signed in with the desk officer, went downstairs, and waited in a small window.